Taehyung is finally back in South Korea after the unforgettable 2026 World Cup event. But one shocking detail has left ARMY asking the same question. Where is Jungkook? While Taehyung, Jimin, and Jimin were all seen arriving safely at Incheon Airport, Jungkook was nowhere to be found. His unexpected absence instantly sparked countless theories, emotional reactions, and growing concern across social media. Did he stay behind for an important reason? Or is there something fans don't know yet as new details begin to surface? The mystery only gets deeper. Before jumping to conclusions, let's take a closer look at everything that has been confirmed, what eyewitnesses actually saw, and why Jungkook's disappearance from the airport has everyone talking. Stay until the end because the final detail may completely change the way you see the story. The excitement surrounding BTS's return to South Korea after the spectacular 2026 FIFA World Cup reached another level as thousands of fans gathered around Incheon International Airport, hoping to welcome the members back home. Cameras from media outlets, fan sites, and international reporters lined every possible entrance, waiting for the first glimpse of the global superstars. As expected, the arrival of Taehyung, Jimin, and Jimin immediately dominated headlines. Their warm smiles, casual airport fashion, and polite greetings reassured fans that the members had returned safely after an exhausting overseas schedule. But within only a few minutes, the atmosphere changed completely. Fans who had been carefully watching every airport livestream suddenly noticed something unexpected. One familiar face was nowhere to be seen. Jungkook, who had been with the members throughout the World Cup-related activities, never appeared beside Taehyung, Jimin, or Jimin. As the arrival video spread across every social media platform, countless viewers replayed the footage over and over again, convinced they had somehow missed him. They hadn't. His absence quickly became the biggest topic of discussion among ARMY worldwide. Within moments, hashtags asking about Jungkook began climbing trending lists across several countries. Thousands of posts compared airport footage from different angles, searching for any sign that he had entered through another gate or traveled separately. Others examined photographs taken before departure, trying to determine whether anything unusual had happened before the flight home. The more fans searched, the more mysterious everything became. Unlike previous overseas schedules where members occasionally arrived on different flights because of personal commitments or individual activities, there was no immediate explanation that could calm the growing concern. The silence only encouraged more speculation, leaving fans emotionally divided between hope and worry. Meanwhile, Taehyung's arrival unintentionally became another source of discussion. Many fans noticed that although he smiled warmly and waved toward photographers, his expression appeared noticeably calmer than usual. Some believed he simply looked exhausted after several intense days of traveling and performing around the World Cup festivities. Others interpreted his quiet demeanor differently, wondering if he was thinking about something that had happened behind the scenes before leaving. Those observations quickly fueled even more conversations online. Every photo, every short video clip, and every facial expression became the center of endless analysis. Supporters reminded each other not to jump to conclusions, while others continued building theories based on tiny details that could easily have innocent explanations. As hours passed, entertainment reporters also began asking the same questions circulating throughout social media. Where exactly was Jungkook? Some fans suggested that he might have remained overseas because of an undisclosed schedule connected to international promotions. Others believed he could have chosen to travel separately for logistical reasons, something that has happened to artists on busy global schedules before. A few even wondered whether another important project had unexpectedly delayed his return. Yet none of these possibilities were officially confirmed. The absence of reliable information only made emotions grow stronger. Adding even more curiosity, several airport witnesses claimed they had expected to see all four members together after reports indicated they had attended the same World Cup events only days earlier. When only Taehyung, Jimin, and Jimin emerged, confusion spread almost instantly among those waiting outside the terminal. Soon afterward, fan communities across different countries began sharing messages encouraging everyone to remain patient until official information became available. Many reminded fellow ARMY that BTS members frequently manage separate schedules, private commitments, filming projects, recordings, and promotional activities that are not always announced immediately. Still, despite those reassuring reminders, one simple question refused to disappear. Why had Jungkook remained completely out of sight? As international media continued covering BTS's return, attention slowly shifted away from the airport itself and toward what might happen next. Fans started watching every official BTS account, every HYB update, every airport report, and every photographer's upload, hoping the next image would finally reveal Jungkook's location. Instead, the mystery only became even deeper. For millions of ARMY around the world, this was no longer simply about an airport arrival. It had become a story everyone wanted answered, a mystery that seemed to grow larger with every passing hour. And as more information slowly started surfacing from unexpected sources, many fans realized that Jungkook's absence might not be the end of the story. It could be the beginning of a much bigger surprise than anyone had imagined. The mystery surrounding Jungkook's whereabouts refused to fade. Instead, every passing hour seemed to amplify the curiosity. What had started as a simple airport observation had now evolved into one of the most discussed topics among ARMY worldwide. Social media timelines were flooded with side-by-side comparisons of departure footage, airport photos, and fan-recorded videos from the final moments before BTS members left the World Cup venue. Many fans believed the answer had to be hidden somewhere within those final hours. Several videos showed Taehyung, Jimin, and Jungkook together before leaving the stadium, appearing relaxed despite an exhausting schedule that had stretched over several days. They were seen greeting staff members, waving to supporters from a distance, and thanking everyone involved in the event. Nothing in those public moments suggested that anything unusual had happened. That only made Jungkook's disappearance even more puzzling. As media outlets continued publishing articles about BTS returning to South Korea, fans noticed something interesting. Most headlines celebrated Taehyung, Jin, and Jimin's safe arrival. Yet, nearly every comment section eventually turned into the same discussion. Thousands of readers were no longer focused on airport fashion or travel photos. Instead, every conversation circled back to one question that remained unanswered. Where was Jungkook? The uncertainty created an emotional wave across the fandom. Some fans admitted they felt uneasy simply because they were so accustomed to seeing the members travel together after major international events. Others reminded everyone that BTS had experienced countless situations where individual schedules required separate travel arrangements. Even so, the silence surrounding Jungkook's location kept emotions running high. Meanwhile, another detail quietly attracted attention. Photographers covering Taehyung's arrival observed that he spent very little time outside the airport before heading directly to his vehicle. Unlike some previous arrivals where members briefly acknowledged the waiting crowd for longer, everything this time appeared carefully coordinated and unusually quick. While there could have been many practical reasons, including security concerns and fatigue after international travel, fans inevitably began wondering whether the group's management was operating under a different schedule than expected. Speculation continued to spread at an incredible pace. Some believe Jungkook might have remained overseas to complete a confidential recording session connected to an upcoming project. Others wondered whether he had accepted an individual commitment that required him to stay for another day. There were also theories suggesting that he might have departed through another airport entirely, avoiding public attention for logistical reasons. None of these ideas, however, were supported by official confirmation. As experienced fans repeatedly reminded others, BTS members often balance private commitments, rehearsals, filming schedules, brand collaborations, and personal time without revealing every detail publicly. Jumping to conclusions based solely on airport footage could easily create unnecessary misunderstandings. Even with those reminders, anticipation refused to slow down. Late that evening, fan communities began monitoring flights arriving from the same region where the World Cup events had taken place. Aviation enthusiasts, airport observers, and dedicated BTS followers carefully tracked possible routes, hoping one incoming flight might finally explain Jungkook's absence. Each new arrival sparked another wave of excitement. Every time an international flight landed, social media briefly exploded with rumors claiming Jungkook had finally appeared. Minutes later, those reports would disappear after being proven inaccurate. The cycle repeated itself several times, keeping millions of fans glued to their screens throughout the night. Back in South Korea, news cameras remained focused on BTS-related developments. Entertainment reporters knew that any confirmed update regarding Jungkook would immediately become a headline across Asia and beyond. The overwhelming public interest demonstrated once again how every movement involving BTS could instantly capture worldwide attention. Behind all the speculation, one important fact remained unchanged. No credible source had reported any emergency, accident, or serious problem involving Jungkook. Despite the growing theories online, there was still no verified information suggesting that fans should panic. Yet, the lack of an official explanation continued to leave room for endless imagination. Then, just as many believed the story had reached a standstill, several international journalists hinted that additional travel information could emerge within the next 24 hours. They stopped short of providing names or specific details, but the possibility of an upcoming update immediately reignited hope among armies. If those reports proved accurate, Jungkook's absence might soon be explained. But another question was already beginning to replace the first. If Jungkook had intentionally stayed behind, what important reason could have been significant enough for him to travel separately from Taehyung, Jin, and Jimin immediately after one of the biggest global events of the year? That question would soon become the center of an even bigger story.